Hey guys, this is the Columbia Watch Society here with our first review here on our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Goose Saluda. But before we get into the specifics of the watch, we want to give you a little background on the company itself. Harris Quinn, a fellow native South Carolinian like us, an alumni of the University of South Carolina here in Columbia, is the owner and founder of Goose. Like us, Harris is an avid outdoorsman, and he was inspired on a 12-day excursion on the Saluda River from the Blue Ridge Mountains in the upstate of South Carolina through the Midlands, which is the Columbia area, and ultimately to the Charleston Harbor. Through this and other adventures, Harris gained an appreciation for bomb-proof and reliable gear that won't let you down. South Carolina itself is a unique state in that we have mountains nearing 4,000 feet above sea level, Class 5 whitewater, world-class fishing and hunting, as well as some of the most popular beaches in the United States. Because of the uniqueness of our environment, gear here needs to be multi-purposed. Harris chose a minimalist field watch that would deliver from the boardroom to the boat and all places in between. And from that, Goose Watches was born and the Saluda field watch developed. Upon receiving the watch, it was clear that Harris really wanted to convey the minimalist nature of the watch. It arrived with no fanfare in this brown cardboard box, the black silk bag with the watch inside. Really just, I think, speaks to the minimalist nature of the watch. No window dressing, nothing trying to woo anybody with the box, but letting the watch stand on its own merit. When Harris sent us the watch, he gave us these instructions. He said, beat the hell out of the watch. That's what it's made for. And from day one, that's been our intention. This watch has been passed around amongst our group through several office jobs as typical desk diving wear, as well as on a construction job site, many days on Lake Murray fishing, as well as a weekend at the beach down at Folly Beach. Not only is the watch delivered in these conditions, it actually looks better now than it did day one. And as Harris put it to us, he said, good stuff breaks in nicely and wears and scars well. The essentials should look like you've been using them. The beauty of the field watch is just the simplicity in design. As you can see here, we've got the 35 millimeter version here on black NATO strap and the 39 millimeter version on leather, both with a black dial, which I think is not overdone. It's certainly not bright, but it's got a good sheen to it, I think. It contrasts well with the white hands here and the white numerals. I think a nice feature is the blue seconds hand. I think that really pops against that black, and I really also enjoy the green text here for the Goose, and as you can see, the Saluda back behind the hour and minute hand there. The date is at the 3 o'clock position with a white background, which normally I wouldn't be a fan of the different color, but I think it really works well here with the white numerals. I think it kind of adds a little symmetry to the watch itself. Both watches, both this and the 35 millimeter version, have a sapphire glass, so a very scratch resistant glass, a 316L stainless brushed case with drilled lugs. Both versions have the drilled lugs, which is a nice feature if you're a chronic strap changer like all of us are. It really aids in that and keeps you from banging the case up too bad with a spring bar tool. You see, I'll take a look at the case back here. Let's grab it right here. As you can see, we've got the namesake of the company here, Goose the dog, Harris's companion. Feature on the back, and I think a really cool feature is the watch on Goose's collar here. I really like that attention to detail. Speaks that nothing here was by accident. It was a very calculated design that Harris clearly poured a lot of time into. This was nothing was an afterthought. This thing was well thought out and well done. Both watches are powered by Ronda Swiss Quartz, Ronda Normtech, which according to the website is the battery itself is about a minimum of 6 years longevity, so it's not something you'll be switching out very often. Harris actually mentioned to us that he's had this movement in a couple other watches, and he said he's going on in excess of 8 years without having to change the battery. So again, this is a high quality quartz movement here. You can see the applied markers here at 12, 3, 6, and 9, which is those are luminescence. It's a BGW9 Luminova paint. Sorry about the focus there. And it really pops pretty good. It's not a diver. It's not a Seiko diver. We have several Seiko divers, so that's kind of the gold standard of lume around here. But it really does well. You certainly it's legible through the night. It's not super bright. It's not going to blind you. You don't have to cover it up, but it's functional. It lasts well into the night. And again, I think it kind of speaks to the simplicity of the product itself. Nothing's overkill. It's just well done, well executed. It performs exactly how you want it to. Nothing more, nothing less. Again, a field watch is what a field watch should be. Again, take a look at I think it's a beautiful crown itself. Again, just a really, really nice case finishing for this price point. I mean, it's just clearly it's a watch that's not gonna turn any heads when you're out in public. But somebody that knows something about watches takes a look at it, they'll know it's a quality piece. It really is. It's something you can be proud of. I think it's again can be worn in a variety of situations. Again, we're very pleased with it. Everybody has given glowing remarks on it that's had it in their hands here. The weight itself, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that it is a lightweight watch, which is a little bit different than our group here. We've been kind of partial to dive watches, but again, this was one of the first few true field watches we've had a chance to have review at length here. And the lightness is really a nice feature, especially if you're fishing or doing some kind of outdoor activity, that the weight really doesn't get in the way. It's light but substantial, if that makes any sense. You still know that it's got some significance to it, but it certainly doesn't get in the way. It's not cumbersome like some of the larger divers that you might wear to perform in a similar manner. In terms of bang for your buck, I think this is just a great value. This model that we reviewed on the website now, on H Goose website, is $285 on the leather strap. The strap itself is also really high quality. We'll have a review. This is a Jack Foster leather strap, and we have a few of their products that we'll put up a review later on those. But again, a quality leather strap that I think pairs well with the watch. They do have a bracelet model available on the website for $350. I can't speak to the bracelet itself as we haven't gotten our hands on it, but just knowing what we know about H Goose, I can imagine it's going to be a quality bracelet if that's the route you want to go. Again, in closing, I think just a really great field watch that kind of delivers on all fronts and does exactly what a field watch does without doing anything that a field watch shouldn't. I think it just kind of checks all the marks there, and then does exactly what you want it to do. In closing, continue to check out our website, our Instagram feed, The Columbia Watch Society on Instagram, and colawatch.com. Like our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, comment below, and we can answer them to the best of our ability. Again, until next time, thanks, guys.